Hello everyone, we are from Group 14. My name is NIZAM, and in this video we're going to explain about the experiment G4-1 core logging. The introduction of this experiment is the rock description are made on sample recovered from boreholes and excavation and or from examination of the in-situ materials. There are three types of characteristics that play an important role to determining the engineering properties of a rock, which are the strength, the weathering effect, and also the discontinuities. The knowledge of geological classification of a rock material is very important when that particular rock material are required for construction purposes. So the objective of this experiment is to obtain the physical description of RQD of rocks cores recovered from boreholes drilling. And the theory for this experiment are the rocks can be described in three manners, which are the first one is material characteristic, which talk about the physical properties of a rock such as the strength, the structure, the color, the texture, the grain size, and also the rock name. So the second one is the general information, which talk about the additional information of a rock. And the last manner are the mass characteristic, which say about the state of weathering, discontinuities, and also the fracture state of a rock.
First, we must ensure that the core sample is closely fitted. After that, we measure the length of the core barrel. After we get the measurement of the core barrel, we measure the solid and intact rock to help us to get the core recovery percentage. After that, we must measure the pieces of the core sample which are less or more than 100 mm to help us to get the RQD percentage.
Given the length of core run is equal to length of barrel, which is 1500 mm. In C1, the length of core recovered is 1400 mm. In C2, it is 1490 meter, while in C3 it is 960 mm. There are two calculations that we need to proceed, which are core recovery and rock quality designation. The formula for core recovery is the length of core recovered over the length of core run in millimeter times 100%. For rock quality designation, the formula is length of core in pieces, which is larger than 100 mm over the length of core barrel times 100%.
Hi, I'm NURUDDIN SHAHROM. Next, we will go to discussion. Okay, from the experiment, the value of RQD for each core are C1 is 88%, C2 is 69.33%, and C3 is 53.33%. Based from the value above, we can conclude that only C1 has good rock mass quality because the RQD value was in the range of 75% to 90%, whereas C2 and C3 were categorized as fair rock mass quality because the range was in between 50% to 75%. Next, core characteristic. For C1, it is slightly weathered and only few parts break into smaller pieces. Although C2 and C3 is fair rock mass quality, but C2 is moderately weathered and some of the core was broken into pieces, while C3 is heavily weathered and many of the parts was broken to smaller pieces.
The conclusion of the experiment is core logging is a good method to provide an accurate method of geological and physical characteristics of rock. So in the experiment, the core number 1 and 2 are the most suitable to use in construction. option because both of them have good quality of rock quality designation, RQD %. That's all for me and thank you.